is inspiring. I mean, the accomplishment is inspiring.
Yeah, it's a lot of compromise, a lot of
Daily.
Yes.
you know, acceptance and knowing that, you know, love can get you through a lot, but also, you know, you have to be friends first and partners first, and all the rest hopefully falls into place, I think is the best way to do it. You know, a good team. Eddie and I, if you know him, we're complete opposites. Complete opposites. Like a lot of people have been like, your husband's never said one word to me. I've met him like 5 times. You know, we're complete opposites. However,
It's not said a few times.
yeah, the yin and yang of that works really well for us. You know, where I falter, he thrives, and he thrives. In all the many ways he falters, I thrive.
I find selective hearing helpful.
Inspiring over
Yeah. He also has, for some reason, the tone of my voice he can't hear anymore, like medically, so that probably helps.
There you go. That's how convenient. Who inspires you?
Joey,
Who's that?
say John and Chuck, and just your continued drive forward and just your positive attitude, like watching you guys just keep plowing forward. I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the achievement over time.
For sure, exactly.
Yeah. Who else inspires you? Come on.
I would say my mother inspires me.
That's great.
Speak good, positive things, and don't be alone in making things. I love her character and think a lot of things about me.
You know what? That's a great partner in life, right? Having a parent who believes in you and helps you on the path is wonderful, 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 wonderful asset. Anybody else? Anybody? Okay, there we go. Let's see what's happening today. Today, in fact, is Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year. Samantha, you want to expand on that? I mean, I'm Jewish adjacent, right? But
Yeah, so it starts tonight. The Jewish holidays start the night before you actually see it on the calendar. So tonight is the first night of the start of Rosh Hashanah.
And the year is, Maury told me,
It's like 57, 64 or something.
57, 64. Yep, on the Jewish calendar, or the lunar, is that a lunar calendar? Is that correct? Yep. Right, well, this is the start of, for those who are Jewish, Happy New Year, and those who are not, you have clients who are Jewish, so wish them Shana Tova. All right, there you go. I learned some stuff in 30 years. There you go. And so it's a great opportunity to connect with your database and the people in your life. Congratulations to the inspiring group of people who took bold. We've heard some stories over the weeks, but Christine, Michelle, Russ, Tirso, Cassandra, Toby, Marielle, Star, Ricky, Corey, Amy, also Oscar, Tim, and Toya. Congratulations, you guys. We're going to have a little, is there a second thing? We're going to have a little, look at that. That is the best.
So are you just pointing at each one?
So what we're going to do is, what I'd like to do is there's been a wonderful momentum that's created with a group of people who took bold this session, and I really want to continue that if at all possible, and support you all in keeping this kind of connection to the process alive. So we're going to have a little workshop on Thursday, right? What time? 1:30 on Thursday, and in that I want I don't have the answers, right? I don't know what it's going to look like, how I can support you guys. So I want you guys to think about it and think about what we can put in place to keep the wave going, right? I mean, I could spitball some ideas, but I'm really depending on you guys to really help me with that. All right, so congratulations to all of you who participated in both. Also welcome Kevin Ellis. Kevin here today. There you go. Everybody welcome Kevin to our little group here. And we have some anniversaries. Chris Brotman, 22 years. Holy bananas. Gerardo, 17. Susan Rose, who I just talked to today, 17 years. Tracy Bates, 17 years. Jan Hohenstein, 15. Really? Wow. Anna Lee, 13. Ian, 11. Jason Lavitt, 9. Eduardo Garcia, 7. Lena, I haven't seen Lena. I have to check her out. Charlotte, 7 years. Where does the time go? Emmanuel, Terry Lloyd, both 6 years. Jen Salvia is 5 years. I'm sure there's more. Stacy Hahn, and 4 years. Jeremy Lowe is 3 years. Andrea, Angel, Derek, Batani, Laura, all 2 years. Annie Lee and Don Lee also. He's part of that. Is a year. Brian Vestal, a year. He should be coming back from his European tour soon. Kimberly, Lisa, Sandy, and Pujan. Who is Pujan?
That's your age.
Okay, all year. Happy anniversary, you guys. Christina, thanks for the help. We have upcoming classes. Business Planning Clinic, first one of the year, okay? 11:15 KW at KW Hollywood Hills. There's going to be an invite that goes out. That's November 15th, right? I will be a part of that one. I'm going to try to have 3 throughout our little network of offices before the end of the year, and maybe another one in January. I cannot express enough the importance of doing your business plan for next year. This is the first one. It'll be collective of about 3 or 4 leaders who will take different parts of it. It worked really well last year, I thought, and so we're going to do it again this year. We'll do one in the Hollywood Hills, we'll do one here, and we'll do one on the west side before the end of the year. So here's the first one, November 15th. Maybe we can jump in front of that one. We'll work it out. Because I think it's really important that all of you get it. Christy is in the middle of Ignite, Define Your Value, Generate Your Leads, and Grow Your Database. Capture leads with open houses and some bonus classes on the 8th and 9th. Again, the RPA part 1 and part 2, where she goes into minute detail on the RPA and then the changes that's happened. The morning show, Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner every day, 9 a.m., half hour of love and problem solving and mindset adjustment. Served up by Lauren and Tracy. Script practice every Tuesday and Thursday. Online Zoom link, 8:30 to 9, just to flex your muscle and get those words out of your mouth, right? Some days it's just have to say the words once or twice. Scott Leroy, Nurture Your Database Designs on the 3rd, Opportunities Overview on the 4th, Command Overview on the 7th, new website customization on the 8th.
I'd love to know if anybody ever hopped onto these. Like,
I know Star
we go
has.
through it every week. I don't know if anybody's taking.
I have, for sure.
Okay.
Who is that, Lorna?
Cassandra.
Sandra, excellent, excellent.
Yeah, I'm all over it. I love it. Thank you.
Excellent. Very, 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 very helpful. I pay for it so that he's a resource for you guys. Solve problems, to learn, education, and onboarding. Right? Thanks, man. The mentee meeting every week at 12:30. It's fun for all at 12 to 1:30. Samantha and I lead that. And any insights from yesterday's corporate caravan? You guys self-led because Samantha and I were in education. What did you see out there yesterday? Anything interesting? Seems to be a significant amount of properties on the market. Anybody?
So cool apartment. It had 2 balconies.
How do I get that from?
Like 2 days, so it's very fresh. The vibe was immaculate, like very good lighting. I think it's gonna go very quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a really cool property.
For rent or for?
Provide. Yeah, so it's listed at 165. For sale. Yeah.
What's the sale price?
165.
165?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Anybody else? Chuck?
Just over here at 141 North Plymouth. North Plymouth? South Plymouth. North Plymouth. Really beautiful home. I think it's underpriced at 2,495, and high ceilings, like 13, 14 foot ceilings, and well done. You know, nice layout. I remember it had a pool. I think it had a pool, and there were tacos.
Upgraded? Yeah.
Tacos.
Go wrong with tacos.
People like food.
But it was a great price and a great location, and if you have anyone in that price point that's looking for just a good, solid home, they should actually see this one.
So, just a little note. Chuck brought that up in this meeting because he had a good experience with the house. The pricing, the condition, and the tacos.
I didn't even need
What's that?
I didn't even need a taco.
But I'm saying, it's, you know, that's
smell
why
them.
people have, Loveland Card does a great job at creating an experience for the agents. Agents go just for the food, and that's okay, right? Because because when they're there with the food, they experience the house. And then they have a good experience and they bring it back and they talk about it in their time. Or when they hear somebody in their office say, yeah, I've been looking for this, that, and the other thing. And they're like, oh, you know what? Did you see the Loveland Card House, right? The information and the experience gets put out there in the universe and it trips over stuff. I think it's, it's a lesson to be learned, right? Anyway.
What's interesting is that one of the listing agents on that property, there's 3 listing agents.
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't hear that, what did you say?
It's one of the listing agents is the owner of that property, which, it happens. Was it a flip or was it a? No, we live there. Cool.
Yeah, Alex sold her own house.
Yeah.
That happened.
I did indeed.
I just find it curious that there's 3 listing agents.
Well, it creates a little bit of a bumper also, or a little bit of a, arm's length on it.
There could be a team lead who's
Protection.
always on the listing, and then there could be a agents that may have actually brought that lead. So those are times of why.
But as an owner user selling your house, you want to make sure that, to create some buffer for liability, having someone else tell the story about the house takes some of the, owners, doctors are the worst patients.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with realtors.
I wouldn't sell my house.
I would never sell my
oftentimes-
house, nor have I ever sold my house. I've always hired an agent. Yeah, I've always bought through another agent. Not always, I bought
Well,
one.
buying is different,
But I've
right?
always sold through agents.
But
people in the
representing
office.
the
Yeah,
house,
because
it's
I'm the worst
tough.
client. And I know that. My lender tells me every time she deals with me.
She can be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
That's something. All right, excellent. Any other insights from yesterday? Any properties seen? So
I saw a beautiful mixer on the west side.
tell us about
Marina Del Rey, but it was just the stained glass in it, and it had like a 60s cocaine bathroom. It was very good.
it. It was a moment.
It was a
Scarface kind
moment.
of vibe.
Yeah, it was a fixer or tear down, but it was really cool.
It was like a movie set.
And just remember, guys, I'm here to go to your open, so let me know when you come.
Okay.
Ooh, I have one for actually more.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. We have coaching, fire coaching, Monday, Friday, 10 a.m. for an hour, either online or at the Beverly Hills or Hollywood Hills office. Also, Chrissy's, we spoke about earlier, Chrissy has 2 bonus classes this month, the 8th and the 9th, 10 to 12. She's going to be taking apart the residential purchase agreement. Very, very important information and a great resource. Christy is, so watch your inbox for the daily Zoom links, not registered, go to. Okay, so that QR code will go out with our office meeting or on the daily update, right? Excellent. Core services. Andy, are you here today? I know you're always up first. Andy.
So she's dealing with my escrow right now.
With what?
With my escrow.
With your escrow. All right, well, at least it's productive. Okay, and that brings us to the lovely Duncan Corey.
Well, hello. Just a couple quick things.
Him, not all of us.
Well, you hated me in the background. So today, I did bring these lovely calendars for next year. And, interesting enough, it has the Fed meeting dates on here, which I didn't realize till today. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, and it has my info and then always a positive quote. So these are going to be in the back for you guys if you want them. They're the new version of desk calendars. And I think I mentioned this before, but 2 things that I've been getting from Fidelity, which is somewhat new, is one, these little cards to remind me of when it's a year anniversary on your client's home warranty. And it's also for me to remind you. So I'm really going to be time blocking in my schedule coming up to go ahead and look at these. Because for instance, this one is someone in your office, Alexander Hume. How do you say his last name? Hume? Yep. So he had a 1-year anniversary on his client's property on Elm Avenue. So this is really cool, guys, because this is a reason to call your clients. We're always looking for reasons to get a hold of our clients and reach out to them. This is a reason. They are up for renewal on their home warranty, so good reason to call them.
He texted me yesterday because his client went to go do some work on the house and figured out that the electrical panel was upgraded without permits.
Wow.
Fun.
Fun. And then the second card I'm getting, which is somewhat new, is how much has been serviced. If something has been fixed in a home through the home warranty, how much it's cost to replace it or repair it. And for instance, I have one for Sophia on one of her clients' properties. So interesting enough, and Sophia, I don't even know if you knew this, but with this house on DeQuincy Place, the service amount paid for just this service amount for the AC evaporation coil was $2,969. And in total, Fidelity paid out over $4,500 for the year for this specific client and home. So again, another reason to reach out to your clients. So, yes, question.
Topic and off topic. Do you guys want to know when somebody shows up and they actually don't do anything?
The contractor, when they do, yeah.
But the item was resolved
Uh-huh.
by itself, but they never did anything, and then when we get your thing that says you guys spent like $2,000.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys want to know about that? Like,
Yeah.
didn't do anything?
Yeah, absolutely. And also if a contractor goes out, and this is the last piece I was going to talk about today is, I had 2 instances this week with claims, not with this office, but a different one, that basically I didn't know that the claims were going on. And I've said this before, but it's really important that you guys let your clients know if they're going to make a claim with us to then reach out to me so I can connect myself and Tanisha with them. Because if there's a claim going on in the background, I don't know about it till I know about it. And unfortunately, when I know about it, it's too late to resolve something or to step in. Or at that point, the experience has been bad and it's harder for me and yourself to reverse it. So it's always great to let your clients know. And I'm happy to reach out to your buyers right upon closing and introduce myself and say to them, hey, this is the process for making a claim. And when you do make a claim, reach back out to me so we can be on top of it. So, because two claims this week, that's happened. And, you know, had I known about it, I could have stepped in earlier. And I was able to, you know, to actually get extra money towards one claim because it was actually the agent's property that they have a policy with us and they weren't happy on the amount that Fidelity was paying for. So I was able to build a case for that and get them more money. So that's where I could step in and kind of help out, and especially if it's with your clients, make you look like the hero. But keep in mind, guys, just as a note, how much these policies are. And I've always said to these companies, like, why don't we have a policy that's $2,000 that, you know, covers a lot more or whatever, but we just don't, and nor does any of our competitors. So, you know, just put in the big picture of how much these actually cost and, you know, the cost to replace things and things like that. But that's, you know, it's best to let me know.
An $800 policy is a good return on that.
Yeah, exactly. So, and sometimes it works great like that, like a $4,000 return, and sometimes it doesn't, but it's not going to be an 8 ball every time. And I had to be transparent with this agent because it was her home, and she was saying, well, I've had 10 years of policies with you guys. And I said, I understand, and I value that. I really do. And I want to do what I can for you, but I can't change the wording in the contract. The contract is what the contract is. And she wanted it to cover more because she's been a loyal customer. Well, I'm very grateful of that, but we can't go beyond the contract other than maybe me stepping in and adding money to it. So just keep that in mind.
Is there any way for us to maybe give your information at the closing as a point person?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you let me know the buyer's email, I'll always try to reach out to the buyer and intro myself. I mean, I do that for Tiffany and her team.
Duncan does it for us and it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
really, really helpful.
Yeah.
And they can have my cell phone number. I don't call them directly because I don't want, you know, 1,000 homeowners calling me during the week for, you know, not much of anything. But if they need my cell phone number, it's on all my information. But I will do an email intro. And then if they ask me to call them to clarify something, I'm happy to do that. So that's it.
Yeah, just trying to get you in the middle of the whole process.
Yeah.
Thanks, Duncan.
You're welcome.
Always delivering on your promise. Happening. Oh my. Did I do that? No.
So Raha's not here or anything?
No.
Where that came from? What in the world?
Here we go.
Try that
There
again.
we go. Get forward at once. Bingo. Birthdays this week. Olga, who's not here, and Chloe Chua, both have their birthdays. Happy birthday to you both. Also some closings at Close Escrows. The Valentine Group on Sycamore, congratulations. Rachel and Tiffany on Cali de Primavera, congratulations. Charlotte, congratulations to you and Richard on Fair Lawn Way. Excellent on that. Kelsey, June, and Samantha on Old Ranch Circle. Congratulations, congratulations, and more congratulations. This looks good. Pipeline. Some new escrows. Rob Marin on Ivy. Base Hennington on Hollydale. Antron on First. Rachel and Tiffany on Elmwood. Vinnie Park on 23rd. Byron Field on Appleton. Dave, which I think you might have, it's already an escrow. Of course, Day Young Her on Rogers. Angela Bond on Rye and North Hollywood Way. And Valentine Group also on San Gabriel. And Christina Kim on Gordon's.
Nice week.
Yeah, good week in real estate there. Also, some closed lease was the Valentine Group on Alfred. And some new listings. What do we got? Residential. We have Laura Anderson has a property on 24th Street, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,158 square feet for $1,129,000. Looks like it has some extra space over the garage there. Also, Sabine in Playa Vista has a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,920 square feet for $1.575 million. That is a condominium, sunken living room. Christina Kim on Plunkett,
Yeah,
Bellflower.
so this is a fixer.
It doesn't look that bad.
Oh, no. It's a fixer. The family's owned it since 1958. They were
Wow.
the first original owners. So
Wow,
it's the
wow,
first
wow.
time on the market. It's been tenant occupied for 14 years. Lots of deferred maintenance. Anyways, we're having
An
a,
opportunity.
yes. So I have a small window, 1 hour on Thursday from 1 to 2 that I'm going to be opening this up to. Then I've got my open house on Saturday and Sunday. I hate doing it, but I am going to put a super on this. So in the case of, but it will have a CBS code. So if you do still want to show it outside of those hours, please contact me and I'll release that CBS code.
What's the opportunity on this property?
So it's obviously priced lower than anything in the area. Right now, it's at 700,000. But, I'm seeing homes exiting out at, anywhere from 850 to 950 easily. So we're priced incredibly low.
That's done?
Still, moderate, not fully flipped.
What's fully flipped to go for in that?
Fully flipped is probably about close to $1 million. Yeah. So there's a lot of, it's a big margin right now.
Sure.
I've got 2 blind offers on it already, so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent, okay. So always curious. Leases, we have several. Michael Flanagan on Pickford has a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,183 square feet for $7,495. Deyonger on Traction has a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,290 square feet for $3,800. Entra on Grant has a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 930 square feet for $2,900. Also on Hewitt, has a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,400 square feet for $4,250. Day on Wilshire, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,360 square feet for $4,800. And the Barrington Group has Curson, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 700 square foot for $2,995. Any nuance on that?
Yeah, it's part of a triplex, and there's lots of outdoor community space that no one uses, so it's kind of like having your own yard,
Excellent.
barbecue and everything, and it's lovely people who live there, so.
I wouldn't have known it was a triplex. It looks like, a condo.
It's gorgeous. Well, that ADU was just completed last year.
Of this.
So that's all new construction.
Yeah, looks it. Nice. All righty. Pocket listings coming soon. What do you got?
I've got 2. And they're both over in Mar Vista. One is in Mar Vista on the hills up there. It's 3331 Inglewood. Probably development opportunity. I would think it might be tear down and put something up. They'd like to get like 185, 19 for it, but you could build something there for $4 million. So
Up to, they could sell for $4 million.
yeah. I just looked at places over there over the weekend.
Yeah.
But man, I kind of knew that area was there, but they got unbelievable views of like downtown to the ocean.
Yeah.
And this is right at the crest of the hill, Inglewood.
Nice.
Beautiful houses, and they were modern things up there.
Corner? It's a corner lot?
No, it's not a corner lot. It's right in the middle of the lot. Right in the middle of the lot, crest of the hill. So, and right now it's just a little 1-story ranch. There's that, and then also over there on Butler, I think it's 5219. I can get the address, but that one is just a renovation kind of thing. It's a really nice home. It's a great little street. Probably 2.2. But again, the properties over there go $3-4 million.
Yes.
And this one is in really good. I haven't gotten inside, but I was able to, go around outside and look inside. And it's a trust sale, so they got to clear it out.
It's rented right now.
No, it's just empty.
It's empty.
It's empty.
Oh,
The owner passed away. The attorney's the trustee for the estate.
Got it.
He's got to clear it all out.
Is that the corner lot?
That's not the corner.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But it's really nice. It's like a 7,000 square foot lot. I think 2,500 square foot house. It's nice. Kind of a courtyard in the middle and the back. And big fountain, it's.
Just needs updated.
Exactly, mid-century. Yes, dear.
Is seller offering concession?
We'll have to see about that. I don't know, honestly.
It's the question everyone asks,
Yes.
right? It's,
And what was the
I'm
price
sorry?
range again?
Say again?
Price range?
2.2.
Probably about 2.2. Yeah, but both are in North Vista. One's up on the hill, one's down below.
Excellent. Excellent. Anybody, I don't know why I did that before. Who else? Pocket listings coming soon?
Hello, Joey. It's Mike Flanagan here. Can I describe one? I got a 4-story single-family residence. It's there's 12 units in the complex. It's mid-Wilshire. It's down by Washington and the 10 freeway, right by Culver City Arts District area. It is 3 bedrooms, 5 baths, just under 2,700 square feet, 4 stories. The bottom story is a 2-car garage, and it's got balconies on every floor. The top floor balcony is exquisite. It's got amazing views of the city, a huge balcony, a huge loft, which could be converted to a 4th bedroom. It has Viking appliances, smart, everything, lighting, you name it. It's all, it's highly intelligent.
Construction?
Yeah, it was built in 22. It has Sonos on every level, and it's immaculate. It'll be coming out in a week, and it's going to be listed for 1.795. So if anyone wants any details, or the address is 5630 Murray Lane, and that's 90016.
Murray Lane. And it's a townhouse.
Single family, yes.
Family, 3 beds.
Bedroom, 5 baths.
5 beds. Wow.
And there is a seller's concession of 2.5% to the buyer's agent.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Which cottage?
So we have a pocket listing on South Alfred, 1109 South Alfred in South Park Bay. It's 3 bedroom, 2 bath with an ADU that was pretty funky, done about 20, 30 years ago. The whole house was renovated about 25 years ago, so it needs to be refreshed and brought into the now, but it's...
ADU permitted?
No, they weren't permitting ADUs back then.
Grandfather.
No, not even that. But it's one of the only ways you can get into South Park Bay for less than $2 million. It's on Alfred, so it's back into the last area. That's the why it's the first one with that price.
Yep.
Any other block, it would probably be 2.1.
Even in conditions.
But 1899.
Excellent. That's an 1100 block?
That's 1100 block, 1109.
Sweet. Yeah. It's a nice block. Excellent. Nice wide street.
Yeah, and it's a single family home.
Excellent. Anyone else? Pocket listings coming soon? Anyone? All right. We're going to move on to wants and needs, and then we have our guest from the Clark, not the DRE, Clark. All right, come on, you can do it. Wants, needs, Charlotte.
I just asked Christina this, and I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but when I just put Fairlawn into the sold, maybe you guys have done this recently, where when I moved it into sold on the MLS, I was expecting, this is the first one that I've sold since the new rules. I was expecting a pop-up window to put in the buyer's agent commission concession, because there's a line for it, and nothing happened, and it just went sold. So I was like, oh shit, you can't change it once it's gone into sold. So I reached out to the MLS and I said, I don't know how to do this, because there was no way to enter it.
You wanted to report that as that a buyer's concession.
Yeah, because it, on a $4.6 million listing, it's a significant amount of money to know that it came out of the sale price.
Future valuation.
They told me that the line was removed last week, that is no longer part of the MLS. And I don't know if the guy really knew what he was talking about or not. Has anybody else experienced this?
So it depends on- Can I just say that I think it depends on when you
you took the listing, if it fell before that deadline, you were okay to, because when I closed mine last month, it gave me different options.
Right, they said it was removed last week.
So that's probably.
But, you know, they've given us so many pop-up windows every time you log in, and I'm like, well, why didn't you tell us that? So I didn't know if it was actually true, because
Yeah.
I think.
Charlotte, when I did mine, which closed like right before yours, maybe like a week before, it had a line for me, and I put in the.
So it was like a pop-up, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I just feel it's important information when we're looking at comps to know if that commission was paid out or not and what it was. And they said it was removed, so.
And that's a valuation issue.
Yeah, I think they're
Because the lines are still
super
physically
cautious.
there. The lines are still physically there.
Yeah.
So if you look at something that's sold, like the Love and Car one that just sold, that Rich and Beth's Halloween house on Rimpaw. I was curious about that, and it didn't have any buyer agent commission because it said it was a like buyer non-agency thing, and I thought, oh, okay. But now I'm wondering if that actually was true.
You might have to just start.
Sorry, this is Jen, Lana. Charlotte, mine was like required. You know, it had an asterisk to like.
Yeah. Are you on CRMLS or are you on Claw?
I'm on Law, I believe. Beverly Hills Associate or was, and then it's greater. So the MLS, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, just be aware of that when you're running comps of very recent sales, that it may not be nothing. It just may not have been able to be entered.
Right. But it could be 2.5% off.
Yeah.
Right. What do you need, Tracy?
I just wanted to tell everyone something that happened to me this week, which was a little unexpected, not bad, but, and Christina had mentioned it before. I had to submit an offer for a client through Glide. Anyway, so that was not great, but I sat there, and you can teach an old dog new tricks, and I sort of figured it out, and it worked, but all of us were like hard pass on learning Glide, and Samantha should listen to this actually. But the reality is some people are asking for you to submit your offer through Glide.
Yep.
So we need to know how to do this.
Yep.
I've seen other applications as well.
But Glide seems to be the big one here, yeah.
Yeah, and listen, you can upload, I could have uploaded, but I already filled out the night before. So I'm one of those people that already kind of fills out everything, so I just have to go in and plug in the price and whatever, you know? Yeah. So I could have done that, but I wanted to I mean, there were over like 10, 12 offers on this property. So I wanted us to make it as easy as humanly possible. I wasn't sure if I just retyped everything through their link, if it would be better. You know what I mean? I just wanted the agents to know I was being cool.
So Samantha, it looks like we need some education on Glide.
I was just saying that I had to submit an offer through a Glide link on the MLS 2 days ago, and
it's on our list.
So yeah, we need to learn how to do that.
Okay, excellent.
Or at least get comfortable with it.
Any other wants, needs? Build a pumpkin. Corey.
Yes, I want to say, if anyone needs, if they have any, open houses that they need, we could,
if anyone has any open house opportunities, you would like to take advantage of them. Is that right? Okay, excellent. That's Corey.
I have a fill the bucket. It's
Sure.
Cassandra. So
Hi, Cassandra.
hi, how are you? So I had the opportunity to host my first open house this past Sunday, and I want to fill the bucket with you, Joey, and Sabine, and Tirso, and Charlotte, for everything from providing the opportunity to the coaching before, during, and after. Really appreciate it, super grateful, and it was a great experience. So thank all of you. Thank you all.
Excellent, and you did a great job. There you go.
Thank you.
Anybody else wants or needs? It's a very satisfied group. Okay, is the Samantha, are we ready to go with our with Jared?
Let me see if I can.
Pull him up.
So
Jared, are you there?
It's going to be Jared Wright with the Government affairs.
So
which are
there are a
very
lot, Jared had two subjects that he wanted to talk about, and today he's going to talk about the initiatives, right? On the ballot.
Actually, I'm gonna start with the candidates. This is Gerard,
Oh,
right?
candidates, and
Yeah, I'll come in person on the 23rd to talk more on the initiatives, but if we have a little time, I could briefly talk on one very, very important one.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, we can hear you.
I'm trying to get it off.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get it off the sharing so we could see him. But go ahead.
It's okay. All right, go on, Jared. You have the full attention of the audience.
All right, fantastic. I hope everyone is doing, at least staying cool right now, because I know it's supposed to be a warm one today. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy team meeting to at least meet with me virtually to talk about some important election-related details. I passed on to Samantha a voter guide, and I don't know if everyone has it yet, but I can share my screen and I can show you what it looks like. Do I have the capabilities of sharing my screen?
Absolutely. Do you have
All right.
Here, right?
No, what happened? Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Just want to make sure. Let me do that really fast. I'm just going to switch to candidate voting guide. There we go. And I just want to highlight, I'm just focusing on the candidates right now because there are some important dates that are coming up. Just to give you a synopsis, as my role, I want to also, before I even begin, because I'm going to double back a little bit, I want to give John Barentine a big thank you, and as well as Samantha for setting all this up and taking time out of your time with your team meeting to meet with you. I'm Gerard Wright, the Government Affairs Director with the Greater LA Realtors, and over the summer, to kind of set the stage, our Government Affairs Committee and what we call our local candidate review trustees, we interviewed a lot of candidates. We interviewed a total of 25 candidates that took about well over 25 hours of candidate interviews with each, because we had to do multiple rounds too, with all these candidates to come up with this list. And it's important that realtors are involved in this election in terms of making sure we're fighting for realtor party principles, which are, as defined, it's nonpartisan. We're focused on protecting private property rights, increasing home ownership opportunities, increasing housing production, as well as protecting small businesses. So I want to focus on the candidates that fit those core principles, because coming up next week, an important date, Monday, October 7th, that's the first day of voting by mail. And that's going to be an important date if you usually vote by mail or want to go and be prepared to vote come by November 5th. This is a great opportunity to at least study some of the candidates, study where their positions are, but also understand why this is going to be an important race. So I will start with going through our candidate endorsements. And a couple important races I want to highlight for everyone's attention for at least the next 10 minutes, and I can take a few questions right after. First one I want to highlight is LA County District Attorney. Now, usually this race is usually dull, it's boring, no one really cares. But in this particular instance, this is a very important race because we have a current district attorney in the name of George Gascon, who really radicalized and made a lot of changes in his tenure as the LA County District Attorney to where victims feel like they're being prosecuted, to where certain parts of justice, criminal justice reform, that was his motto and his message. It has not translated in the fashion that he's envisioned, because he's basically alienated the communities. He's alienated the constituents that would help make those things happen. And that's one reason why through our candidate interview process, we strongly support Nathan Hochman for DA, because we believe he's going to improve public safety. Right now, there is a morale issue within that very department to prosecute offenses within the law. We're not talking, we're going to go into mass incarceration. This is just, going back to basics of taking, here is the law. This is how it's going to be implemented. This is how it's going to be administered. And, the process is going to go through. And it's something that the community stakeholders, as well as law enforcement, can work collaboratively together. And that's something that's missing currently with the current district attorney in George Gascon. And that's why we are very, very strongly in favor of supporting Nathan Hockman, because it also affects the quality of lives of the businesses and the communities you'll be serving, for the houses, for, let's say, if someone trying to find that first time home, and they're wondering, oh, how's the community? Is it safe? Is it an area that I could, stay and feel at peace? That's going to be an important question. And that's one in which we are highly engaged and want to help Nathan get past the finish line and actually make a big difference in improving the quality of life through public safety of all the communities that you all live. You help your clients out, you help your community out. And I think it makes a big difference to what we do as realtors, because you all are the eyes and ears of your communities. By even with even with all the transactions that you do, you're hearing what's going on down on the ground. You're seeing what's out there on the street. You're communicating that to other buyers and other sellers on what's out there. So that's why this race is so vitally important. And then for all the other races that you see on the screen, LA City, I don't know how many of you live or do a lot of business in LA City. There are two important council district races that are going to the runoff that are vitally important. We are supporting Grace U that serves District 10, which is the Mid-City area, close to Larchmont, but not quite. It's just south of there. She serves it would serve Mid-City, a little part of Crenshaw District, Koreatown. That's an important area in terms of housing production, in terms of safety. It's at the crossroads between downtown LA, South Los Angeles, the West Side, and Hollywood, and everything seems to take place right there. And it's an important district that we're very much engaged in with, and we support Grace U because we felt, and it's nothing against Heather Hutt, who's a current council member, but we felt Grace was answered better on a lot of our questions and a lot of our principles on Realtor Party, which are, again, as I mentioned earlier, protecting private property rights, increasing home ownership opportunities, increasing housing production, and protecting small businesses. We felt Grace was a better fit there. In the case of Kevin De Leon, this is a little prickly, because some of you may be aware, about 2 years ago, he made some incendiary comments that affected so many people in the community. We're supporting Kevin for this important purpose. He's running against a candidate that is from the Democratic Socialists of America. Democratic Socialists have been pushing a lot of rent control and really harsh and aggressive tenant protections throughout the city that has really bankrupted a lot of small housing providers, especially smaller mom and pop housing providers, out of the market, and they're selling to corporate landlords. So we believe, and it took a really conscious decision, but we believe that Kevin's vote will help balance out the growing rise in the Democratic Socialist candidates that are coming up in the city council. Like currently we have 4, 3, sometimes it can be 4, depending on how you look at it, with Hugo Soto Martinez. His district is in the Hollywood, Echo Park, Silver Lake area. There's Eunices Hernandez. Her district covers downtown, part of East Los Angeles, part of Northeast LA as well. There is Nithya Raman, who votes in alignment with Eunices and Hugo on a Democratic Socialist front. And then also, again, on the vote, sometimes Katie Ersosky also votes in. I wouldn't call her a Democratic Socialist, Katie, but she tends to be in alignment with them. So that's another reason why the vote is going to be so critical, to make sure we still have some sensible, pragmatic voices on the city council, so that we have a balanced discussion and have balanced voting on our key real estate transaction issues. So that's an important decision there. Going into West Hollywood, I don't know how many of you do business in West Hollywood, but we're supporting 2 candidates, George Nickel, because his issues around public safety and improving quality of life, that's near and dear to us, as well as Larry Block, who was a former realtor. He understands our principles. He's a small business owner and been investing in local businesses in West Hollywood for a long time. And we felt that those two candidates really engaged on what we find very important in terms of increasing housing production and protecting small businesses. Because in West Hollywood, if you're doing commercial real estate, you may be aware of a lot of the minimum wage increases that has decimated a lot of the service businesses, especially smaller restaurants and cafes and stuff along Santa Monica Boulevard. It's created a lot of vacancies. And that's one reason why we want to support these candidates, to bring back some common sense to the West Hollywood City Council and try to bring up those small businesses back. In Culver City, if you do business there, we are supporting Councilmember Albert Vera. He is a small business owner, and he's always been a real steady force on the council for that council, because for a while it was very radicalized, very politicized. Now there's a 3-2 majority that's more business friendly. He will continue that voice and really being the voice of reason on the council, saying, hey, let's take a look at this very carefully. Let's look at all the pieces that's in front of us, and then make a conscious decision, not just go on ideological principles. And I think when you're a city council member, residents just care about, okay, are my streets safe? Are my streets paved? Is the trash picked up? Is the police force in good diligence? And those are just tried and true principles that will work across the board. Because if that's not functioning and that's not working, you're not going to have a community and a business in Culver City that's going to be functional. So that's an important area for supporting Councilmember Albert Vera. And then with that, we're also supporting 2 new candidates, because there are 3 seats on a 5-seat council that are up for grabs. Again, one is the current Councilmember Albert Vera. We're going to try to reelect him. And then we're also supporting Janine Wisnowski-Stalin. She's a small business owner. She brings a fresh perspective to the council, again, mirroring a lot of what Albert does, but also takes another look at how do we better collaborate with the business community, as well as a lot of some of the nonprofits that are growing in Culver City. She takes that angle that's really collaborative, because Culver City is growing and it's changing, as coming from a sleepy small town to, wait a minute, we're at the crossroads between all the, Silicon Beach and the jobs in Santa Monica. They're right nearby the airport. They're seeing on the other side to the east a lot of the growth in Crenshaw and Inglewood, and to the north of them, they're right by Beverly Hills and West Hollywood. So they're at that crossroads in Culver City, where they're seeing a little bit of everything. And that's why this race is important. This council race is important to us. And then also Denise Renteria. She just has a real passion and young, youthful energy that's so important for the city. She sees its potential. She sees its ability, and she's thinking about it in a really pragmatic but positive way. And we really love her energy and zest for that particular race. And then finally going to the People's Republic of Santa Monica. And I say that really sarcastically, because, depending on how you look at it, that's how it is. But Santa Monica, an important race, and one of the issues why that's going to be an important race, the message loud and clear across the city has been, hey, what's going to happen on public safety? Usually it's been about rent controls, usually about housing production or some type of land use issue. This election cycle, I believe, is going to be about public safety, because they've been seeing rise in homelessness. They've seen the rise in the smash and grabs. They've seen a rise in commercial retail crimes. And that's why we're supporting 3 candidates that really engage in that endeavor. They are all small business owners. Currently, Mayor Phil Brock works in the entertainment business and as an agent, and works collaboratively with the folks down there. And we really want to endorse him and we have endorsed him because of his stance on public safety. Same thing for Divian Ronknian. She is a surgical dental technician. She runs her own business. She consults on other businesses because she sees the work that a business owner in Santa Monica has to do compared to other local cities, let's say in Beverly Hills, or even even LA, which can be business unfriendly. Santa Monica has those two cities beat in terms of the hoops a small business owner has to go through to get better established in the city. And the same thing for John Putnam. He is I'm trying to remember what his business is, but he's a business owner in Santa Monica that deals in travel and logistics. It just came to me what it was, travel and logistics. And he understands the importance of, improving public safety does to the quality of life, to the businesses and those transactions. Again, that's going to impact your business. That's going to impact, folks who want to invest in the city. You want to have sensible, strong candidates that really believe in a culture of safety, of security, as well as of good common community, because without that, folks aren't going to go out to the promenade. Promenade's in decline because a lot of those issues of public safety and nuisances and issues on homelessness. These are candidates we feel will clean that up. And it all ties right back to the first candidate we talked about, Nathan Hockman. He really sees the bigger picture and how all these pieces come together. So I'm going to focus in on these particular races today, and also remind you of move my screen a little bit up a page to talk about the important dates again. On Monday, this coming Monday, is the first day of vote by mail. So if you get some of you may have already received statewide ballot notifications on, oh, these are what the propositions are, and just giving it just a simple information rundown. That's going to come, or it's already come, but you may more than likely will receive your first day for vote by mail with your ballot. So they should be coming in either today, tomorrow, or even Friday, or sometimes it's probably during the weekend. But by Monday, October 7th, you should have the ability to vote by mail. And then on October 8th, the first day of voting centers, they're going to be in limited locations throughout LA County, but more locations are going to open before November 5th, Election Day. I don't know where the nearest one is relative to your area, but I can find that out for you through the LA County voter registrar's website, because they should have that listed pretty soon. And then on October 15th, the sample books will go out. I believe there's some that have already been mailed out for the state, but within LA County, that's a specialized book that's going to go out. And then if you haven't, or have you already registered, great. But if you don't know your registration status, you have until Monday, October 21st to find that out. You can go to the the Secretary of State's office with Shirley Weber in the state of California. There is a QR code that if you download this particular guide, you can go to the website and find out your voter registration status, because you have until Monday, October 21st to register to vote via online, so that you can be able to vote by November 5th. And again, November 5th is an important date. You must submit if you're doing vote by mail, so you must mail that out by November 5th, or you can drop it off at a local election office or polling location by November 5th. So those are just important dates, important themes to think about for the candidates that GLAR is endorsing in this election. And I will close right here and take any questions for the next 10 minutes or so.
Okay, all right, any questions that anybody has? I think you did a very, very thorough job at going through the candidates that will support our businesses moving forward in the way that in the way that we would like, right?
Absolutely.
Anybody have any questions? I think Jared, I think you did such a great job. Thank you so much. Look forward to hearing
And
about
actually, since I still have a couple minutes and I can do this really, really fast, one of the things, and this is when I'm come back with on October 23rd, a lot of the work that we do is in coordination with our state association, the California Association of Realtors, and a process and a fund called the Realtor Action Fund. That's how we're able to prepare these voter guides to get the mobilization of all of our members to, hey, this is important information for you to know. So it'll be an ask. I'm gonna just pre-frame it right now for October 23rd, because this allows us to do this great work and to do the work, to do the interviews, going out to various venues to talk about voter registration, talk about voter information, and educate members of the community of what you all do as realtors, but also, again, you all are the eyes and ears and noses to the ground of what's going on. So we definitely want to take advantage of that opportunity this November. And because there's one very, very important proposition, Prop 33, that you're going to be hearing you probably already heard a whole hell of a lot about. We are against Prop 33 for those 6 reasons, which is, I'll pre-frame it again. Michael Weinstein of AIDS Healthcare Foundation is bringing this back for the 3rd time. He believes 3rd time will be the charm, to create a statewide rent control, which will limit the amount of rent that a property owner can increase. Now, keep in mind, the cost of utilities have gone up about 20%. We've done a recent survey on that within our members. They've seen the price of utilities have gone up 20%. Trash collection up 50 to 60%. Property taxes, they've gone up about 5 to 10%. That hasn't, even during the pandemic, they have to pay property taxes. And this is just, all it's doing is reducing that margin, that delta, for those, especially the smaller housing providers, to do necessary repairs, necessary maintenance fixes, necessary things to make, to improve the livability and desirability of their rental units for their tenants as well as themselves. So those are I just want to highlight that for those 6 main reasons, if you have not already heard. But we're going to be really aggressively getting folks to vote against it. We'll have some lawn signs that I think will be delivered next week or the week after next. But so if you're interested, let me know or let John know. We can get something coordinated to make sure you all get those signs to put on your neighbor's yards, or heck, even your own yard if available. So I'll close with that. Remember, no on 33.
Thank you. Agreed, Jared. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And we will, the only other piece is starting next week, I'm going to be going through the Millionaire Real Estate Playbook, one little section at a time, to get you guys some value in the team meeting. And so just to set you guys up with